My name is Rocker here with Jane. You're listening to Maxx Ink Radio. Right now, I'm going to turn it over to Jane. Jane, how you doing over there in the studio?
I'm doing pretty good. I can't believe we get to swap places a little bit.
I have taken over the control room. I'm behind the glass.
You've been banished to the producer cave. You've been banished because today, something pretty special is happening. I get to lead the first interview. Terry Talbot has been documenting Madison's music and art scene since 1971, photographing some of our storied artists like Luther Allison and Paul Filipowicz, and continues to this day covering all the current artists in the scene. And he's got a gallery, Talbot Gallery, resides on 2118 Atwood Avenue, on Madison's east side, literally right next door to the Barrymore Theater. In the studio with us is Madison historian, musician, art gallery owner, and legendary photographer, Terry Talbot. Welcome to Maxx Ink Radio.
Well, thank you for those very generously kind words.
We just listened to a Madison legend, Luther Allison. Tell us something about Luther that we may not know.
I don't know that if I know anything about Luther Allison that you don't know. All I can say about Luther is that I photographed him, and the first time I photographed him was at the second annual Mifflin Street Block Party. It was an incredible bash. There were thousands and thousands of people in the street for that, and Luther had a great time. I've got some great photographs of him on stage, and he's a Madison legend, let me tell you.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Historian, musician, photographer since the 70s. Let's go back to the beginning. Who is Terry Talbot? What are you all about? What's your backstory?
What's my backstory?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm 78 years old now. I think that what's important is I came to the University of Wisconsin in 1965 for a year. I paid my own way to college. I dropped out to make some more money, got drafted, went away for a few years, came back. And when I got back, I took a photojournalism course. It's the only photography class I ever took. And it inspired me to become a photographer. And the first project I did for this class was putting on a rock festival because I was the president of a musicians collective at the time in Whitewater. And on the basis of the photos I took of that event, the professor gave me an A in the course and encouraged me not to be a writer, but to be a photographer. Mm-hmm. He's the only mentor I had, and I really appreciate his encouragement.
Yeah, I know you were a musician in the scene for many years as well. What instrument did you play? What bands were you in the past?
Guitar and vocals. I was in a band my first band here was about a band called Bullfrog Blues Band. Really, really popular band. It was a really, truly great band. After that band broke up, sidebar, when that band broke up, two of the musicians, my drummer and my bass player, Rocky Meinhardt, or not my bass player, my drummer and my saxophone player, Jackson Krall, they went, and Richie Keene, went to New York City and became a trio with a very famous jazz pianist,
Cecil Taylor?
Cecil Taylor. Thank you for that, Rocker.
You got it. You got it.
You got it right. So I'm very proud of having been in a band that had two members that got in a leading world-class jazz pianist group as a trio. After that, I was in a band called Chronic Jones, which I'm very proud of also. It was a great band. It was kind of a political band, and I like that aspect. And in between, I was in a band called Live Bait. They had some really great musicians in it, too.
Yeah, I know you just said that you got started with photography at the UW. Was there any other influence besides that? Was there a parents' role at all? Did they?
No, my influences as a photographer came from going to underground films at the UW in 1965 when I was a freshman here. I was really into the surreal movies, and they were always black and white, and that really informed my photography after I got out of the Army and I started taking pictures. Also, I was a big fan of the beat movement, and I really like to think that my fine art photography is informed by beat poetry. I like to think it's visual poetry.
Yeah, what subjects are your favorites to take pictures of?
My favorite, back when I was first starting, I did something that I refer to as psychodramas. And a lot of them had nude women in them. that was part of the psychodrama thing, and I would be in the
Sure,
nothing
psychology.
pornographic. Nothing, yeah,
Sure.
Well, anyway, but so I take a lot of pictures of things that I construct. I used to. Nowadays, I'm taking pictures of things that I find. Now I think of myself as a documentary photographer, an art documentary photographer.
Yes, like telling it as it is. And I know you also take a lot of videos and photos for local bands here currently.
I have my own YouTube channels, about, I think, 326 videos at this time. Started doing that in 2010 with some people that are extremely well known now that back then were not very well known at all.
Wow. Like, do you have any examples?
John Primer.
Oh, yeah.
I have a bad memory, but the list, if you went and looked at my channel, you'd be really surprised at all the great people.
It would be hard to remember all 325,
Paul
right?
Flip.
Paul Flipowitz?
I've been videoing Flip since the beginning. I've got so many great
Yeah, we'll get
videos
to
of
him in a minute. So tell us about Terry Talbot, the historian.
The historian. I'm only a historian in the sense that I've been around Madison taking pictures on the street as a street photographer since 1971. I worked for all the underground papers when I first started doing photography. All of them. There were 4 major papers here, so that was journalism, documentary photographer. But now I really do think of myself as documentarian. And recently, going through all my old contact sheets, I just found so many wonderful photographs of the city, my neighborhood, black and white shots. I have pictures of the Monty's Blue Plate when it was a gas station with the people changing my tires.
Wow.
And if you looked at the gas pump and some of these, one you can see the pump, 25 cents a gallon.
Yeah.
Wow.
Crazy. So it was a while back, but I'm still doing that.
Now, what's the most important historical event you think you've covered, like taken a picture of?
I think the most important historical things that I photographed are all of the street actions in Madison. I've always been down for the protests. I played in a band, Chronic Jones, that was a political band, and I would do photographs and then make them into YouTube videos with the music and the photographs. But the photographs would be of various protests. And what I'm really proud of from Chronic Jones is 2005 Day of the Dead. Everybody's carrying signs that say, Free Palestine. We're talking 2005. And then the music track is a kind of a political,
So we know, like, you have your Talbot Gallery on Atwood Avenue. Like, tell us the story of how you came to get that property. Like, what was your inspiration for having your own gallery?
My inspiration was a woman friend of mine pointing her finger at it and saying, well, that's for rent. And, well, I'm just going to do my last wedding. I did wedding photography. I did well enough. I owned an airplane, so I flew down to Mexico. But right before I left, my friend pointed at the building that's now my gallery, and I went next door to talk to Bob Hansen, the owner of Mr. Roberts Bar and Grill, and I just sort of asked him about it. And then I went and shot my wedding, and I came back 2 weeks later, and the for sale or the for rent sign's down, and I go in and I say, I see you rented the building, and he said to me, well, I decided to rent it to you. And I didn't say I wanted to rent it, but I went home, took a day and thought about it and rented it. So that's how I got the building. It was just fortuitous.
And now you've had your gallery since 2011, but there are some pretty cool things coming up in its future. I know you had a big surprise you wanted to talk about.
Well, the surprise I wanted to talk about is the fact that, unfortunately, Bob Hansen, the man that rented my space to me, died. He died about 3 months ago, and so my building is now being put up for sale by the family, which means I have to move. And, of course, I'm sitting there fretting about it. Where am I going to go? I really love my spot. Am I going to go on the bottom of a retail? I don't want to do that. I just like my funky gallery. So Bruce from Country Antiques, which is 4 doors up on the block from me, came into my gallery about a week after I started fretting and said, I'm looking for somebody to rent my retail space. Do you know anybody?
The stars aligned for you.
Yeah, and
right
then I said, I need a spot. And he went, really? And he was thrilled, and I'm thrilled.
Oh, wow.
And he's totally remodeling the space. It's much bigger than my present gallery. It's got 3 window walls, Country Antiques. It's right across the street from Monty's Blue Plate. It's perfect.
Yeah.
So that's my big surprise. And I haven't talked about it, and now I'm announcing it.
Wow. Premiered right here on Maxx Ink Radio.
That's right.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Hey, Terry, we were messaging a little bit, and you were telling me that you had photographed Paul Black, legendary slide guitar player here in Madison, and he just recently passed. Do you have anything to say on him?
I think he was a wonderful musician. He was a beautiful human being. He was grouchy as hell, but he was a great guy. He was a great guy. And I was just telling a friend of mine today about having a run across a video I shot of him with Doc and Terry Roddy. I don't know if you know them, the sort of folk.
The Roddies.
At their farm, sitting around the campfire, jamming.
Wow.
Paul Black. And Paul Black was like Clyde.
Yeah.
You know, they both would, and Jim Schwall too.
Yes.
All three of those musicians were really wonderful musicians, very talented, just totally down to earth, no ego, and they would sit in and play with anybody. They really would. I saw Clyde playing with the Bad Randys. I'm driving through Proville, Wisconsin. There's a sign that says Bad Randys. I go, what's that? So I stopped to go hear it. I can hear country western music, and I walk around the corner.
Yep.
There's Clyde sitting at the trap site.
Yeah. And also, I know you have things going on at your gallery right now. Like, tell us about the gallery jam. And I know we were talking about the future of maybe having movie nights there.
Yeah, I want to do that. And I have jams on Sunday afternoons from 3 to 5:30, acoustic get-togethers. Well, sometimes they're electric, too. They'll be able to definitely be bigger and more electric in the new space I'll be in. Oh, something else I want to mention is I just yesterday picked up my Best of Madison, third place for Art Gallery.
Oh,
Congratulations.
Yeah. And this is the third year in a row you've won a Best of Madison award.
Yep.
So congratulations. So how can we keep up with you and the Talbot Gallery online?
At talbotphotography.com.
And
www.talbotphotography.com.
And what's your YouTube channel handle?
My YouTube channel, it is YouTube at Talbot Photography.
All right. Terry, thank you so much for taking the time to come into the studio tonight to chat with us. We really appreciate it. And now we're going to listen to another legend of our scene, Chicago Blues Hall of Famer Paul Filipowicz. Tell us about photographing Paul back in the old days.
He's always been a great player. He's a great guy. He's a great friend. And he's just been playing great stuff for so long. He's been part of the music scene here, forever, for as long as I have been. And he's a great Texas blues guitar player. Mm-hmm. He is, and he's a wonderful man, too.
All right, let's get right back into some music. Gamblin' Woman by Paul Filipowicz. You're listening to Maxx Ink Radio. We are local music.
Never say two things the same. She can take the good card player, baby, and beat him playing his own game. She got 3 aces on the bottom. Every cards go round. That's my baby. Just got 3 aces on the bottom.
Shop local, eat local, listen local. This is Maxx Ink Radio. We are local music.